Hey, good evening, everyone. We're here for the regular council meeting of June 18th. Thank you. I will do quick introductions, then we'll get right into it. When it comes to the public hearing, I will give the instructions on how the public hearing works. So we have with us in person, Councillor Joel Lemoine, our CEO Shane Ray, myself, Chris Ewan, Councillor Jean Belanger.
Hello.
Councillor Jason Bodnerchuk. Hello. Our Assistant CEO Dominic Lemoine.
Hello.
And online, no video, is Councillor Shane Pelletier.
From the beautiful city of Regina.
My hometown. Thank you, Shane. Okay, so without further ado, we will start item number 1, meeting called to order. Do I have a mover? Councillor Bodnerchuk, second. Councillor Lemoine, thank you. Questions, changes? Council's good with questions before we open up the meeting? None. Call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Opposed? None. That is carried. I'll open the meeting at 7 o'clock on the dot. Item number 2, adoption of the agenda. Do I have a mover? Councillor Belanger, second. Councillor Bodnerchuk, thank you. Changes, edits, are we good as is? Do we want to jump right into it? It seems pretty simple. We're good as is. Okay, call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. That is carried. Item number 3, adoption of the minutes. Do I have a mover? Councillor Lemoine, second. Councillor Pelletier?
Yeah.
You.
Yeah. It was a brief meeting, nothing really to bring up at this point in time.
Thank you. Council, any comments, questions, edits? Nope. So now I'll call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. That is carried. Thank you. Item number 4, committee reports and minutes. Do I have a mover? Councillor Belanger, second. Councillor Pelletier takes that. Sorry, Councillor Lemoine. It's a tough fight there. Go ahead, committee reports.
One committee report, Reshot Library, and defer to Councillor Bodnerchuk if he has anything he wants to add.
Nope. Nothing to add. Questions for Councillor Bodnerchuk on the committee reports?
Not really a question about the committee report, but they had their logo unveiling last week. The Ile de Chêne one, nobody came, so that was kind of sad, but I heard the Senegat went pretty well.
Yeah, a counselor had a reading to the youth that were there. That was great. Entertaining for me. But yeah, the logo represents exactly where the river flows, north-south from the RM, and the 3 lines are the 3 libraries.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting one other thing. I forget what.
The Ile de Chêne one did pick up after the concert. There was like 40 people that came in.
Yeah, but I sat for an hour and a half with nobody there, so I'm like, this is a waste of our money. So I went. Done. Yeah.
Nothing else? Good. Call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. That is carried. Thank you. 5.1 accounts paid to be approved. Do I have a mover? Councillor Bodnerchuk, second. Councillor Lemoine.
Draft number 14, 44,759. The majority of it was the receiver general. And batch number 15, $3,800 is for Senegat Soccer, and that's just the registration fees for the year.
Thank you. Council comments, questions? None. I'll call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. That is carried. 5.2 accounts not paid to be approved. Do I have a mover? Councillor Belanger, second. Councillor
Pelletier.
Lemoine takes this one.
Okay.
Batch number 12, 2025, 585,934. Northings, Bristol Hauling, the monthly collection fees, commissioners, 14,000 for the mobile patrol. Number of items for public works in terms of gravel and hauling, so Diamond Construction was 73,000. Marks Hauling, 11,000. Centennial Gravel, 18,000. Heidelberg Materials, 20,000, and that was for the Legacy Drive project as well. Kings Energy Group, 20,000 for gas and diesel for public works. Titan Environmental, 58,000 for the Legacy Drive, and 148,000 for the RSR wastewater co-op. It's the Q1 cost share there. So,
thank you. Council, open up for comments or questions.
Here.
None. Call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none, that is carried. Thank you. 5.3 payroll to be approved. Do I have a mover?
Counselor Pelletier.
Counselor Pelletier, second. Counselor Boulanger.
11 and 12, very similar. There's some overtime within Public Works, with the equipment operators that's to be expected at this point in time, and some bank time coming in for some of the rec staff for the number of events that have been held over the course of the last month. So
Perfect. Thank you. Comments or questions from council? Hearing none, I'll call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none, that is carried. Thank you. You are moving into public hearings now, so I'll give a rundown on how the public hearings work. So once we get into the public hearing, I will call the item number. The CEO will then say a couple things on that item number, and then I will open the public hearing. At that time, that is the time I will call up the applicant or someone wishing to make presentation on the application to come up into the hot seat or online on the phone and say, speak on the project. And then after they're done, I'll then ask anyone in person wishing to speak in favor. Just raise your hand, please come on up, and then we can get you to speak. And then we will go online or on the phone. Anyone wishing to speak in favor, at that time, you would unmute your microphone, turn on your video if you can, and then say what you'd like to say. We'll then go into anyone wishing to speak against in person, same procedure, and then we'll go anyone wishing to speak against online or on the phone. Again, same procedure, and then I will do one last call, final questions, comments, speaking in favor or against, general questions as well. That's your time to ask anything. After that, I will close the public hearing, and at that point, that is for council's engagement only to discuss and debate, nothing from the gallery or online. No questions can be asked from council to council, of council, and by council. And then that's it, and then we'll make the vote. So we're going into 6.1.1 C8 2025 Clinton, Mass 1267 PR 200.
applying to allow a single family dwelling in AL agricultural limited zone area. So we're applying for conditional use.
Thank you. I will open the public hearing at 7:07 PM. Is the applicant here or someone wishing to make presentation? Just your name.
Chasden Moss, Clint's son. I'll be the one building the house. Just looking to move close to the farm, expanding the property line slightly. That's about it.
Sweet. Council, do you have any questions for the applicant? Pretty straightforward, I think.
And my dad owns both sections of land, so just adjustments.
Councillor Pelletier, do you have anything?
Nothing from my end.
Easy.
Yeah.
Anyone in person wishing to speak in favor? Anyone online or on the phone wishing to speak in favor? Anything received in favor?
Nothing received for or against.
Thank you. Anyone wishing to speak against in person? Anyone wishing to speak against online or on the phone? And you've mentioned nothing was received to speak against. One final call. Anyone have any general questions? Want to make any comments? Speak in favor or against in person, online, or on the phone? Come on up. Yep.
I'm Davey Morose. I own the property directly west of Clint's here. I just was looking for clarification on this parcel of land. I thought it was residential already.
We also thought it was residential when we purchased it. So like,
Did they combine the title? Because it's the same number.
when we bought it, my dad also thought it was residential, and then I was talking to Tanis. And there's some gray area.
Yeah.
Just settled for
So-
what you guys have on file.
Yeah, thank you. So CO or assistant CO, do you know what it currently is?
Well, it's currently zoned as AL.
Agricultural.
Yeah.
It was one title at one time. Then 0.61 of an acre was separated for a house many, many moons ago. It was sold that way. I don't know, is it one title or two titles?
It's two titles for sure.
So I'm wondering if it lost that residential status after the floods or what had happened? Like I was surprised that it was
I don't know if we would have-
agricultural.
I don't think we would have that description information. All we can see is the titles and the separation, right? That's all we can see. He's looking it up right now here.
Sorry, it's 1279, right?
1267. Yeah, it says zoning AL. For sure.
And we wouldn't have anything
No,
other than that.
no.
So it was changed at one time.
Well, it must have been where, where it's always been AL, or it must have been changed to A. When or how or if or but.
So yeah, 1267 or 1267, yeah. The little chunk that we have here says AL.
That's all we can tell you, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there a case you're building? Or just curious? Like, are you just wondering?
Well, that too, and it's a small piece for a home.
Yeah. That's the best I can tell you right now. Do you know?
No, like you said, it's showing AL, we'd have to
Really dig into it?
dig into that.
But it's small.
That's why I was just surprised it was a conditional use. I don't.
If it was already.
Well, if,
Small parcel including that treed bush?
not really.
Not
Well. That's an idea.
In the end.
It was the concrete, I don't know what you're looking at, but there was original concrete flood protection after 79.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the piece.
Yeah.
So our assistant CEO just said, like, in the end, if it was residential, they'd have a house, like, no questions asked, essentially. Where here is they're asking, so. But I appreciate, so are you officially opposing, or you're just making?
No, I'm not opposing, I'm just looking for clarification.
I would like some clarification. We can maybe look a little bit more just to understand what happened, and
Yeah, I mean, if
yeah, we can just let
it's
you
gonna
know.
pass, it's all fine.
Yeah, for sure. No, I appreciate that. Thank you. Anyone else wishing to make any general comment, questions, speak in favor or against, online, on the phone, or in person? Yeah, I will close the public here.
I'm sorry, can I make a comment before you
Yeah.
close it? I should have looked at this before, so it's only half an acre, I'm just wondering with the water and sewer, is it, I mean,
Yeah, the lot is being expanded to 2.6 acres. So there'll be enough room for a septic system to be installed.
Makes sense.
well, it just says that that parcel is 0.56 acres. The parcel in question, right? 1267 is 0.56 acres. According to our mapping.
That's why there's a subdivision being
Okay, yeah.
two land that we also.
Well, the subdivision is not on here.
Hannah's has all.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's not our mistake, but normally what we would see is normally the
Both
two things
together.
come together, and I would do the public hearing for both. That's what the confusion is. So I will take responsibility for that. I didn't check on that. So we'll look into that. Then we can still go ahead with this procedure, but we would need to confirm that there is a subdivision happening. Correct,
Mhm.
CEO?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us 1 second.
You can still have a holding tank. though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an acre.
Yeah, we just want to make sure that we're not putting the cart before the horse, like making sure we're doing both in there.
Ethan Portage said that she sent out the memo to all faculty that need to see it.
When did you talk to her?
I emailed her.
So they, yeah, so they actually already have conditional approval.
Oh, they do.
So she said, once the hearing is done, then you could issue a building permit with the conditional uses.
Okay.
Yeah, so one of the conditions is that, yeah, conditional approval. Yeah, so like you said, so they have conditions on this letter. But yeah, essentially they've already got conditional approval for the subdivision, so it doesn't have to.
Oh, okay. Okay,
So what is the subdivision? Sorry.
yeah, that's okay. No, you can.
What does the subdivision contain on here?
So they're actually making the lot bigger, so they're just realigning their boundaries with the current property and the new property. So that's.
Supposed to be separate owners?
It'll stay the same. It's two separate lots. It's just that they're realigning it so that one property is bigger so that they can have not a holding tank, but septic.
Yeah, so
Like commercial use?
No,
No. It's just-
it still stays AL, conditional use for a house only.
If the math is right, you're expanding by an extra acre and a bit.
yeah, we'll close the public hearing at 7:15 PM. Do I have a mover? Councillor Belanger, second Councillor Lemoine.
So whereas applicant on behalf of Amazing Acres Limited for property legally described as River Lot 219, Fund 3942, also known as 1267 PR 200, near the town of St. Adolphe has made application to allow a single-family dwelling in an AL agricultural limited zone. There be resolved that conditional use number C8 2025 is approved with a number of the standard conditions, a building permit, architectural drawing stamped, flood elevation permit, and a geotech, amongst others.
Thank you. I'll open up for council debates. Anyone want to start? Anyone have anything to add?
I just want to add on the one map we have, it says proposed subdivision area equals 1.42 acres, so that would be the additional part. We've got it.
See that?
That makes sense now.
Okay.
Oh, geez.
I like the property as a residential property, obviously the way it looks and all bushed up and treed, so.
Councillor Pelcher, do you have anything?
Nope, nothing on my end here.
Thank you, Councillor Bondarchuk, nothing?
No.
Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none, that is carried 5-all. Thank you. And that's it for public hearings. Moving, you guys are welcome to stay or go. Very entertaining here. Thank you very much. 9.1.1 Max Pro Properties 359 Dufault Drive, approve infrastructure. Do I have a mover? Councillor Lemoine, second. Councillor Bondarchuk.
Public Works has met and reviewed it, and Public Works Manager is proposing to release the remainder of the developer's letter of credit in the amount of $13,289.
Comments, questions? Councillor Peltier, anything?
Here.
Okay, call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none, that is carried. Thank you. Moving on to 9.2.1 CyberClan Managed Cybersecurity Services. Do I have a mover? Councillor Bondarchuk, second. Councillor Lemoine, thank you.
So this is acquired security or cybersecurity monitoring. We originally had initiated coverage with them during the cybersecurity incident in December, and this is just an extension for 12 months of that coverage. Straightforward, so.
Perfect. Comments, council, questions?
Yes, I have. Yeah. I just need some clarification, I guess, on this. They're gonna be monitoring for cyber attacks. I'm assuming that's what this is all about, and if we are doing our own due diligence on having backup hard drives, different locations. I just like. Obviously, you guys feel this is necessary, otherwise it wouldn't have come through, but I just need to be convinced that it's necessary.
Yeah, so they're providing 3 different components. So they're doing email, server, and then our facilities as well, or our computers. And they'll be doing a monitoring for a variety of tasks and then looking beyond that as well. So do we feel it's worth it? Yes, we feel it's worth it. We feel it's important to provide that secondary coverage to ensure that we are covered and we don't suffer another cybersecurity incident, because we're at 6 months now. And obviously we still haven't wrapped up everything that's going on. So we feel, yes, it's absolutely important.
So even if we have offsite storage and offsite backups, you still think that that's not enough, even though,
Well, there's still a possibility
There's so
that
many-
those things could be breached. One of the things that you'll see come forward is a cybersecurity policy, including an incident response plan. And that's one of the things that we'll be working on. And so this would provide sort of that redundancy. We're separating the security partially away from managed services, so that we have two different companies looking after it. So
okay, so we still have micro age.
we do at this point in time, yes.
Oh, okay, that's a different topic, so we can go with this, so.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to get clarification to make sure, like, we're not just being sold or snowballed on something. You guys must have this, because without it, you know, I'm sure you would have done your due diligence, I just need to know.
Good, thank you. Anything else from council? No, call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none, that is carried. Thank you. 9.2.2 RSR wastewater co-op 2024 payments. Do I have a mover? Councillor Bondarchuk, second Councillor Boulanger.
So this is Q3 and Q4 payments from 2024. Paying those invoices were paid out of operating, and we're just moving from the utility reserve or to cover those payments out of the utility reserve. So 477,000 for one and 355,000 for the other one. So again, this is for the wastewater treatment plant and the RSR wastewater cooperative. It's to cover initial project costs, engineering, financing, legal fees, consultants.
Awesome. Comments, questions from council?
Yeah, how many like quarterly payments do we make?
So that we've made 3 payments now. These are the first 2, then there's one for this quarter here. And then we'll continue to make quarterly payments based on project fees or project progress over the course of this year as well. And then hopefully more information will be coming out in terms of the development of the wastewater treatment facility.
Yeah, I don't think there's a set schedule.
No, that's idea, well, makes sense.
I'm just glad to hear that it's moving along.
And keeping in mind that these payments should probably be going down in the next quarters as well, simply because the majority of the design and that is done as well. So
And keeping in mind, these payments are also shared or have contributions with other municipalities.
yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Anything else from council? Call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none, that's carried. 9.2.3 May 2025 building permit reports. Do I have a mover?
Councillor Pelletier.
You second, Councillor Lemoine. Okay.
Overall numbers have gone up between 24 and 25 for the month of May. We had a 62% increase, and year to date we're at a 22% increase. So overall the numbers are looking good.
Awesome. Great success. Huge numbers. Anything else from council? Nothing?
That's good.
Okay, call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none, that's carried. Thank you. Item 12, adjournment. Do I have a mover? Councillor Belanger, second. Councillor Pelletier, I heard. Thank you. Final thoughts, comments, questions? Seeing none, I'll call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, none, that is carried. I'll close the meeting at 7:23 PM. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great rest of your night. Please stop recording.